All right, so we're going through our drawing practice work. We did lines, we did ellipses, maybe you made some UFOs, but we have to talk about cylinders now. We're working on drawing bottles soon, and I realize cylinders are kind of what we need to practice next. Basically, any sort of bottle is going to be made up of a cylinder of some kind. So let's just practice a little bit. I'm going to switch the view to the desk and then just talk about some goals. All right, so we're working towards more complex forms. We're trying to work into the bottle drawing, but first we have to talk about cylinders because basically any bottle you draw is going to be made up of cylinders. So let's take a look, and it helps if you can find an example for yourself too. But one of the most common things I notice about beginning drawing is that students tend to flatten things out. So I made this little sketch here. They tend to take the object and put it at eye level. So eye level means there's no angles showing where that top edge is totally lined up. But most of the time when you have something sitting around and you're looking at it, it hardly ever lines up that way. So you're going to have to try to figure out how to draw that form. So depending on what kind of cylinder you're looking at, you have to figure out how to draw that shape. And the best way I explain it is that it's okay to start with that rectangle, that eye level shape, and then add the ellipse to the top and the bottom. So what we're trying to work towards, again, are bottles, but we're also trying to avoid flat drawings. So let's practice drawing some cylinders. Just like before, let's just try to fill a page with cylinder forms. So like I said, often one of the best ways to start is that that rectangle or that flat shape, and then you add your ellipses to the top and the bottom. And often I like to do like the little dotted line for the back edge here, because if this is sitting on a desk, most of the time you don't see that back cylinder. And cylinders can be all different kinds of shapes, and I think it's a great way to practice is to just draw a rectangular form of some way, and remember to try and keep it symmetrical, so same on both sides, and then practice drawing different sizes of ellipses on the top and the bottom. And like I said, it helps to have a reference, that way you can kind of spin it around and think about different shapes, different sizes. So some are going to be long and skinny, some going to be a little bit shorter. So let's do one that's a little bit different. Maybe I'll make a rectangle like this, and this time I'm going to try to make a really open ellipse on the top. So this would end up looking more like a can or something that's a little bit shorter, wider. So then this would be our top surface, this would be our front edge. So for practice, I'd like you to try to do about 10. Let's shoot for about 10 10 cylinders. So I'll keep working on this, and then I will post the example. But again, my basic method for practicing is some sort of like rectangular shape, and try your best to keep it even, and then practice doing those ellipses on the top and the bottom. Again, I'm working in marker so that it shows up really clear, but I would recommend pencil for all of you, because that way you can do some erasing if you need to. Let's try one more. Smaller, and then spin around the bottom, spin around the top, and do your best to keep it all even. So just try to remember both cylinders and ellipses have that idea of symmetry both ways, and try it out.